All right. Hello, everybody. So, some guy says that he was going to be SP dropping the whole night, and it got automatically held by YouTube. They thought it was like potential spam. I'm not gonna show that. You don't deserve it. Anyway, yeah. So I'm kind of sick. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I've been kind of sick for the last couple days. This is probably going to be a short one, but I do want to. I don't want to leave you guys with nothing for like 3 days straight. So I'm mostly just going to be completing some random tasks and stuff, probably grinding some tournament out. I had a bit of fun doing free-for-all tournament, actually, surprisingly. I have my achievement hanger. These two are my achievement hangers, and then this is my main hanger. Which one? I guess it depends on the map that we get. We'll start with CPC, though. Night Fury, hello. It's the best tournament mode? Yeah, kinda, but at the same time, it's just like one Revoker Nomad is all it takes to get the win, so I don't have that, so it's kind of annoying. My friends list is full, guys, so I can't add any people. There's a limit to how many people you can add, and mine's been like I've had my limit since forever. And so I'm not adding anybody, but if you're already on my list, then I'll invite you. Did I get the Savant 8? I did. There will be a video on that at some point. I'm working on a couple videos already. Like, I recorded several videos. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I recorded several videos yesterday. I just need to edit them, and I didn't have one ready. I would have just uploaded one of them today, but because I'm like stuffed up. I don't know what it is, bro. But yeah, I would have just done that, but I didn't have it ready in time. I need kills with guided shenanigans instead. Never mind. I guess that's another problem. I probably shouldn't be running achievement hangers while in a squad, because it's just like 5 people all ready to steal your kill as quickly as possible. I mean, it's not to say that I wouldn't steal their kill if I could, but I'm just not going to get very many kills here. Hoping to get a full team, though. Full enemy team, I should say. Would be a lot more interesting. Man, these Gemini 6s. I wonder if because Gemini should have been the next weapon that became free-to-play, but instead it was Reaver and Berserker because of the seasonal modifier. I wonder if they're even gonna do Gemini next, or if they're just gonna keep doing weird ones like that. I'm not sure. But if they do, I wonder which ones will be credits. So that'll be very interesting. Boom, 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 boom. I kind of hope it's the 10 that's credits, because I already have the 6, so I could pair 6 and 10 for 16 energy, and then I could just duplicate it for 20 energy, and that would be way easier for me. When will I do customs? At some point this month. I haven't done it this month yet. I'll do it. You don't want me to do it today, because today's stream is not going to be long. It's going to be like it's probably not even going to be 2 hours. So if I did it today, like technically I could, but if I did it today, it wouldn't go for very long, and I wouldn't do it twice. Who's sending me DMs, bro? This is ridiculous. You double them and then mayhem would be certain. Yeah. I think a lot of people have the 6 by now. Well, if from nothing else than from the, what's it called? The Battle Pass. The game, yeah, the game, it just takes forever to load. So whoever it was that sent me a DM. That's annoying. The only thing that consistently works is the ads. It's the only thing that they'll make sure always works. Everything else, I'll unfriend him later. I can't be bothered with this, bro. I don't want to deal with it. I should just stop accepting friend requests. I should just purge my list of everything that I don't feel like doing. I need to just purge my list. As somebody else immediately follows up with another DM. It was a nice thought. It was a nice thought to, like, you know, add people. Because I don't mind it. But at the same time, if my game crashes every single time you send me a DM and you guys are constantly sending me DMs, it's just ridiculous. Why should I put up with this? How'd I get Dreadnought? I got it from a Crate Rush event forever ago. I got kind of lucky. Revoker or Stormwreck 10? I mean, Stormwreck probably better. They're not the same, though. It's like one you use for close quarters mechs, one you don't use for close quarters mechs. So, depends on what you want it for, I guess. Battle Pass worth it? I mean, it usually is. I think this one has more A coins than normal, right? I'd have to check. Spamming invites and messages and stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you say spam, then for sure I'll remove them. But it's just like I don't want to be that way. But like, if the game is crashing all the time, what the heck you want me to do, right? Like, you want me to restart my game on stream 6 times because you feel like sending me a DM because you think you're too good to just chat normally? Like, really? Was that actually what's going on? Like, come on. Like, most people aren't like that. Most of the people on my list are not like that because I don't get a whole ton of DMs. Most people aren't like that. Most of you guys are chill. But there's a couple. And it gets to a point where it's like, should I even add it? Should I even add people anymore? I don't know. Probably not. Same for Eclipse, but after the nerf, should you get Eclipse or Lacewing? I mean, Lacewing's always solid, but Eclipse is still good. I mean, Eclipse is still top meta. Cause like, you know, if you're having a problem with outlaws, right? Like Aegis, or not Aegis, Eclipse is still kind of the best way to deal with it, right? I mean, I would guess so. Well, maybe the second best, because it's Seeker. But you know what I'm saying? Is still okay. Thank you. I was surprised I wasn't taking any damage. Makes more sense. Let me just back up here. Why am I using Gemini 6s? Because I don't have the 8s. If I had the 8s, I'd be using them. I'm just doing, like, there's an achievement for Aegis for guided kills. But there's also an achievement for protecting people from rocket mortar and javelin rack, and it's going to take absolutely forever to finish that one. But those are mostly the only ones that I have left. Like, actually. The bots think he just is meta. Gear Hub guide video, yeah. I'm working on editing, like, there's like, I don't know, at least 6 videos, I think, that are like in the works. It's easier to record them than it is to edit them. Did I get Citadel from the top 5 in the Onslaught? I did not. I like the last day when I was gonna grind out the last of it. I actually did. I was doing pretty well. I was in the top 40. I was in the top 40. And I hadn't even really touched the last 2 levels. I had barely touched the last 2 levels. I'd actually barely touched the last 3 levels. I was mostly focused on the first and second level. So I had a lot that I could do still. But I was just doing other stuff. I got caught up with other stuff, and I ended up not grinding out as much as I would have liked, and I forgot to put my video in the thing in time. So I didn't. Which is sad, because it would have made a good video. I think Platinum made a video. I haven't watched it, but I probably will eventually. Silverthorn's not worth it at all. I mean, I agree with you, yeah. It's not worth acorns. I mean, if you get it for free with the free token, it's not like you spent anything on it, so, like, sure, go ahead. Vortic. Is it true you chose Citadel for the free mech, for the art challenge? I'll show you guys. I'll make a video. I recorded a video. You guys will see it eventually. You'll see what I got. Bow. 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 No. Boom. Boom. He's kind of thick. Helix Rack Orion. Wow. Probably not, because I don't really have a good build for that. I haven't used Helix Rack in a long time. There's kind of no reason to. It's like I have Strike Rocket. Like at this point, I have Strike Rocket. It's way better as a guided weapon, like an up and over guided weapon. It's just way better. Remember Roshan promo code? Oh, Roshan promo code, I never forgot. It lives in my heart for all eternity. As with any pro gamer. Why don't you use Orion anymore? Like, it's been like 2 days that I've not had it, and you're already like, oh, well, I guess it's just gone forever. I mean, like, I got Hemlock, and I replaced the Orion. I don't think it, I mean, like, I'll still use Orion occasionally. But at the end of the day, Orion and Hemlock work very similarly, and it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to use both of them at the same time. Like, having both of them in the same hangar is gonna very seriously... It's gonna seriously nerf my pushing power. And my hangar composition as a whole would be kind of worse off for it. But also, I'm working on achievements at the moment, and my Orion is like almost 100% on achievements. Like, I have it very, very stacked. Well, hello. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. These bots have mods, and that's not good. Ah, dang it. Hemlock Pod 10 when? Why would I do that? Well, it's like, oh yeah, let me just make my build worse, just so that, and let's spend extra credits just to make my build worse than it already is. Seems like a great idea. No, why would I do that? Still waiting for RuFFles 10k. Oh yeah, for sure. The bot. Okay. Cause Outlaw? Outlaw meta? I mean, what about Outlaw meta makes Podgun better than... I mean, I guess so, but like, I don't really run into that many Outlaws at the moment. Bro, someone else sent me another DM. Like, the stream's just gonna end even sooner at this point, fellas. How is Eclipse better after nerf? I didn't say it was better, but it's still meta. And it's still meta because it's a lot of stealth. People are spamming strike rockets a lot, pod guns a lot, and Eclipse it basically makes those weapons useless. And also, Outlaw can't target Eclipses, so... It's just very useful. I mean, like, if I were to counter your argument, I would say, what makes you think that just because something got nerfed means that it's now not meta? Like, just because it's worse doesn't mean it's bad. Obviously, you know that. Like, come on. Surely you understand the nuance behind that. It was very strong. They made it slightly worse. They made it slightly worse 2 times. That doesn't mean it's bad now. Like, come on. Let's see. Oh, there's one more. I think. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not dealing with it. You like, I don't hold anything against you guys, by the way. I don't hold anything against, like, if I, like, it's the same thing with anything. I don't hold grudges. If I ban you on my chat, by tomorrow, I'm not even gonna remember what you did. I'm not even gonna remember. If you showed up somewhere else, like, so long as you're being decent, I don't care. If I ban you on Discord, you know, unless you did something really crazy, it's like most of the time I'm gonna forget about it in a couple days. And if you just made a new account and came, it was like, yeah, sure, like, I'd be okay with it. Or something happened, like, I don't care. But I'm not holding grudges, but at the same time, listen, I'm not dealing with it. That's just the way it is. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not. It's not gonna happen. Let's try to get some people in here that haven't gotten in here though. Is minigun still useful? In my heart, it'll always be useful. But probably not. I just unfriended you? Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I mean, you've probably been around long enough to know. And I just said like 3 times. It's not personal, but I don't want people who are DMing me during streams. Especially if my game, like, it's made 10 times worse by the fact that the game crashes every time I get a DM while I'm in battle. So I absolutely do not want to deal with it. Like, I just don't have patience for it. Like, if that wasn't a thing, then I probably wouldn't care. I'd just ignore it. But that bug makes it really annoying, makes it impossible to just ignore it. And I've said this has been going on for months. I say this every time. I say this multiple times every stream. So it's not that you don't know. You can't sit here and pretend like you didn't know. You definitely knew. But it's just the fact that, as with everything, everyone thinks like, oh yeah, well he's saying this thing, but I'm the exception, right? I'm the exception. It's the same thing with like all these crate rush events. Well, I know that you said that I shouldn't go for it if I'm, you know, over, or if I'm like under 5,000 SP, but I happen to have enough for 2 spins, so should I go? If it's like, you're not an exception, dude. I literally just described your situation. But everybody wants to believe that they're the exception to the rule. Did I also buy Disruptor 12 after the buff? Yeah, I did buy Disruptor 12 after the buff. It's very good. I actually really like it. Like, it's kind of crazy how strong it is at lower SP, right? I mean, like, higher SP obviously doesn't do as well. Also, it's a 5v5. Let's go. I wasn't even paying attention. How is this guy so freaking... I'm gonna get him. Yeah. These poor souls. Ow. We're gonna win, bruh. We're gonna win this faster than we win against bots. How did this happen? So ready to play against players. Is your free-to-play progression video still good? Would you make some changes to like the Gear Hub guide? I would make some changes, and I already recorded an updated version. I just need to edit it. So I'll be making it. I don't think it's not super outdated, right? It's not like there's nothing crazy. And at the end of the day, like a lot of the things that I say, I mean, most of the things that I say still kind of hold true. Like if it makes sense. Like if you could watch it and it's like, well, I don't think this is true anymore, or this still makes sense even after all the changes. So like, you know, you just kind of use your head, figure it out. Suppressor damage. Well, wait a second. I think I already have an epic suppressor damage. I mean, I could take 2. Yeah, I do already have an epic suppressor damage. That's okay, I suppose, because I can just scrap it, but did I get Savant 8s? Yes, I did. Let's see. I wanna... guess. I'm trying to invite people that I don't think I've played with yet. It's not customs, no. Today we're not going to be running for very long. Do you think mods should be available for not just maxing up a mech, or just it should be available for without maxing? I think mods should be available at rank 3 like they were originally. I think so. Much appreciated though, by the way. Here's my thought on it. Some people are saying like, well, it's kind of annoying to have mods at lower levels, so I like the fact that I kind of like the fact that it's only later, or it makes sense for it to be later. But my counter argument to that is that there are a lot of weapons that work without mods, but but don't work when there are mods, and it's a better idea for players. Like for the health of the players, and for, you know, their own progression and whatever. It's better for players to know that immediately rather than to find out after they've already, like, I don't know, maxed out a couple things. You know? Like, you don't want to, like, heavily invest in snipers and then all of a sudden realize, oh gosh, snipers are actually extremely garbage at higher SP. You don't want to deal with that. No, it's a better idea to just have that be a thing immediately, and then players can formulate what they want around that. Because the things that are going to be bad are still going to be bad. It's just a matter of whether or not you waste a bunch of resources on it first. It's kind of my thinking. How do you join my Discord? I mean, just use the link in the description. I'm not sure. Does it not work? If it doesn't work, then what I would suggest doing is long pressing it and selecting open in browser. And I think that tends to do the trick. It's just a weird thing with links. Like, I've had the same thing with a couple other Discord links, I think. It's like, my server link definitely works. Like, it 100% works. Bro, this guy's on 2 HP. Ow. Okay, fine. Why didn't they buff Arc Torrent? Why didn't they buff all kinds of things, bro? They should have buffed Carbine, they should have buffed Brick House, they should have buffed a lot of stuff. I'm not really sure why. The stuff that they did buff, I don't know, I would say most of it wasn't really the stuff that needed it the most. Like Salver. Salver's already decent. Mimicker, already decent. Like, they buffed the stuff that's kind of already above average, I'd say. The only one that I would say is, like, actively kind of garbage is Gatecrasher. And they did buff Gatecrasher, so I'm kind of happy about that. But even still, compared to, like, Brick House, Redox, even Onyx, Gatecrasher's probably still better. Stupid kill shot. Get him. Boom, boom, boom. Garbage. Oh, it's another kill shot. Hold on. Hold on. Aw, he's dead. It's gonna EMP me. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Okay. Oh. Hello. How's it going? Cheers. Thank you. Somebody's healing me. Oh my gosh, stop. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. And unnecessary. Kind of wish I got the salver. Bro, Sanji got the salver on like his second spin or whatever the heck. Will buffing Redox's damage make it any better? Well, I mean, it definitely would make it better. It's just a matter of whether or not it would make it good enough. What do I think Redox needs? I think Redox needs a bit more HP and a bit more ability damage, maybe a bit more speed as well. Because the fact that it's a close quarters, it's a close range ability, I should say. It's a close range ability with low HP and low speed. It's a horrible combination. Your ability would have to be crazy if you're gonna have low HP and low speed. Like, come on. He's about to dump 4k coins into it? Yeah. Which is like, that's only like a little bit over half of what it would have required. He got it on the 5th spin, yeah. I'm happy for him, because that was the one thing that he really wanted. It would have sucked, but at the same time, I definitely would have got that. I wouldn't have got that. Bro, I can't even get these credit weapons without spending basically all 20 spins. The Savant 8 took me, I think, 17 out of the 20 spins. The EM Rifle 8 took me 20 out of the 20 spins. It's ridiculous. Is the endgame experience after the Outlaw buff as bad as you predicted? I haven't really played a lot of I haven't really played any endgame customs after that, to be honest. I don't know, you'd have to ask Platinum. God of World, what a name. Let's see. Have I invited you? I don't remember. It's hard to say. What's my best hanger? It'll be the first preset. Do you think Killshot was a no-skill mech? Well, yeah, I mean, most dash mechs are no-skill mechs. I think people think that because it's fast means that it's a lot of skill. No. Listen. And I can prove it too. Because here's the thing, is that any mech that is a personal favorite, any mech that is automatically the favorite mech of noob and beginner players is guaranteed to not be a skill-based mech. Like, just by definition, it is the best mech by people who have no skill. Which means probably it's not super skill-heavy. Like, you could make that assumption and be probably pretty accurate. Dash mechs are always, they're usually people's favorites. Ooh, I got him. Let's go. Where's the gallon bottle? I don't have it. I have coffee with me at the moment. And I don't have a gallon of coffee. Ooh, he's probably rank 3. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. OP. No. No, it. No. It. Thank you for the mark. I much appreciate that. I'll just deal with this Lancer from here. I mean, what's he gonna do? Shoot his rockets at me? Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, no, no, I didn't have my ability. Dang it, bro. Why are you hating on it so much? Because it annoys people. It gets under their skin. It's really funny. It's really funny that I say... Like, I could say whatever I want about anything else, but as soon as I say something bad about Killshot, everyone freaks out. And so long as that's still the case, I'm still gonna say it, because it's really funny. Like, honestly, it's really funny. I'm not dealing any damage to this guy. Wait, hold on. What rank is this freaking Redeemer? Oh. My pod gun Aegis might not really be usable anymore. That's really sad. You have Stormrack on Deathwalker, so is Podgun Hemlock any good? Yeah, it should be. You could also do, like, Tetra Rifle, I think does pretty good. New players love Killshot. New players love any dash mech, yeah. It's because dash mechs are easy, like, come on. Let's just be honest about this. Dash mechs are the easiest mechs. I have fun playing them sometimes. I'm not going to say that it's like, oh, I'm above that. No, I have fun playing them sometimes. Well, let's just be honest about it. Let's just call it what it is, right? They're the easiest mechs. What's the mech that needs the most skill to be good? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of mechs with really high skill ceilings. I wouldn't consider myself like a super skilled player at anything. Someone sent me another DM and my game essentially died, which means that I can't collect any rewards, and I can't invite anyone to squad matches unless I restart my game. And this is what happens every time someone sends me an in-game DM while I'm in a battle. Super weird bug. Super weird bug. Apparently it doesn't happen to almost anybody else, it just happens to me. And I've reported it forever ago, but they're probably never going to do anything about it. Most skill-based mech is Arachnos. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that the most skill-based mech is the worst mech, right? It might be easy to think that, but I don't necessarily think so. Because there are some mechs that are... Because when I say that something is easy, I don't mean that it's OP. And this is the thing that I lose a lot of people when I say this. They aren't really able to follow along. When I say something's easy, I don't mean it's OP. I just mean that the skill ceiling is incredible, or like the learning curve is incredibly shallow. It's like you basically use it 5 times and you already basically know exactly how to use it, and there's not a whole lot more to learn about it, right? It's just really, really easy to use. And then there are other things where it's like it takes you a lot of battles to get good at it. And you know, the thing that's easy to use might overall be better or overall be worse than the thing that takes a lot of the thing that's harder to get used to. But that's not the point. The point is like the learning curve. I'm not talking about how good they are. I'm talking about how easy or like how shallow or how steep the learning curve is, essentially. Do I think Silverthorn needs a buff? I mean, yeah, I think everybody can agree that Silverthorn needs a buff. It's kind of garbage. Compared to, like, other legendary mechs, it's not that good. I don't think I invited you. If I invited Chaser? You know, I don't know. I don't think I invited you. I might have invited you, but I don't think you joined. Hanger review video? I do hanger review streams every once in a while, like once a month. And I already did one this month. I do want to go back to doing the Dream Hangers videos. And I was actually planning something. You guys might have seen the post that I made. I made a post asking for people's Dream Hangers. This was like months ago. And I was planning something with that, but then stuff happened and I quit the game for like a week. And then yeah, and that didn't last very long. But then there's also all kinds of like rebalances and stuff. So I'm tempted to make another post, but at the same time I feel kind of bad not doing anything with the first one. What weapons are more skill-based than mech skill? There's definitely some weapons that are very skill-based. Let me think. I mean, Disruptor is an easy one, right? Like, Disruptor, really low projectile speed, but good damage, and has, like, the radius and whatever. It's easily one of the highest skill weapons. I think, what's it called? Particle Beam is another easily one of the highest skill weapons. Because it actually does have good killing power, you just need to be able to use the blast mode thing. You need to be able to beam them down a certain amount, and then use the blast mode to finish them off. And being able to do that perfectly, consistently, takes a lot of skill. And there's also some weapons that are like, they're not that hard to use basically, like in a basic capacity, but they have a large like skill ceiling where it's like, you know, use them for a long time and you're still consistently getting better at it. As opposed to, like, I don't know, strike rocket, right? It's like a lot of guided weapons are like, there's some things to learn about them, but generally speaking, there's like after like an hour of playing with it, you pretty much know all there is to know. Tetra rifle as well. Tetra rifle is mostly just an aiming thing. I wouldn't even say Tetra rifle needs a lot of like mental skill. It's just aiming skill. That's a. But you could say that about any sniper weapon. Disruptor 12 Solus any good? I mean, I wouldn't use Solus in close quarters, and that I wouldn't really recommend using it in close quarters. And Disruptor doesn't have a lot of range, so I don't necessarily think it's great, but you could use it. Probably be okay. Nades are another skill-based weapon. I agree with you. I agree with you. Again, it's like going back to what I said about being easy versus not easy. I don't think that nades are like if you were like an absolute god player with nades, I still don't think they'd be meta, right? Like I don't think they'd be meta. They're simple, quite simply the stats on them are just not good enough. But I agree with you that they're a very skill-based weapon. Aiming is a skill. What you? Wow. Okay. What about it? So the most skill-based weapon is the one that you actually need to aim? That's crazy. Somebody give this guy a gold star. Maybe even 2. You think people without the access to mods for the past 3+ months should get some sort of compensation? Probably, but they probably won't. They probably won't get any type of compensation. I think what they should get is they should get mod parts. It's the most obvious form of compensation for people who haven't had mods. Basically, give them the ability to buy mods for a couple mods without having to do anything about it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. I'll reload. What is this? Boom, boom, boom. Try Mech Arena on mobile? No. I mean, like, I used to play on mobile, but it's way worse in terms of recording videos and stuff, so I'm just like, why would I do that? Just because you feel like you're superior for playing on mobile? Like, listen. I get it. There are some problems that mobile players have, but I don't feel like I don't feel like I necessarily need to mimic those for any reason. That's like saying the average free-to-play experience is they waste all their A coins being idiots on crate rush events. So if I was going to be fair, I would waste all of my A coins like an idiot on crate rush events. Like, it's the stupidest thing ever. Like, why would I do that? It's like, it's technically true, but it's really dumb. How's MAQC going? It's actually going pretty decently. We won the first 2. The first one I got disconnected, but apparently someone else also got disconnected. I didn't hear about that. Like I'm willing to run a rematch. Like if someone got the game's freaking bugged to hell, bro. It's like, if you tell me you got disconnected and it looks like you got disconnected, I'll probably just believe you. And we'll run a rematch. But I didn't hear about it until like 30 minutes after our match ended. So all of my team had already disbanded. They're doing other things. So I was kind of waiting to see if they would file, like, you know, post a dispute. But they never did, so I guess we just got the win. It's kind of whatever. Like, I posted the results at that point already. And I got another DM, bro. This is actually ridiculous. Do I have everything unlocked on my main account? I do. I'm not accepting friend requests, Danger. I'm sorry, but I'm getting a lot of people who are DMing me for no reason. They think that because they pressed a button sending me a request, and because I pressed a button accepting their request, that now they should just DM me every time they have a question about anything. And every time you DM me, at least most of the time, when I'm in a battle, my game gets bugged out, and I have to restart the entire game in order to even do anything anymore. So it's really annoying, and I'm not adding friends anymore. Lancer jump distance worth it? I don't think so. I mean, it's worth it to like buy and scrap it in terms of like getting implant parts, but I wouldn't say that it's... Oh, okay. Well, he's telling me that he can't join because I invited him. That's fair. I will not unfriend him for that. That's a completely valid DM. No moderators? Well, hold on. I don't see anybody spamming. There's like one guy who said the same thing like 1 or 2 times. Unless I just missed it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I missed it. There we go. Juggalo. Oh, there you go. How's it going? You got Max Lancer and now you're happy? That's cool. Max Lancer is very fun. Max Lancer is very fun. Oh, BMP is on. He's a lot higher SP than I am, so I'm not gonna invite him right now. We'll see what he's doing. Do you think people who've been playing without mods have developed better practices than inadvertently make them better with mods? I think when you make something harder for certain people, then they tend to kind of learn things a little, or like they have to learn things in order to get the same results. So, to an extent, right? To an extent. The same way that I would say, to an extent, being a free-to-play player, which is harder than just spending money to get the best stuff. Being a free-to-play player is, to an extent, makes you, you're more likely to be a little bit more knowledgeable about certain things. I have a lot of respect for free-to-play players, but the problem is that the free-to-play players think that because they are free-to-play is what makes them better, but that's not true. It's not true at all. Anyone who's trying to get better are the people who are better. And anyone can try to be better. The difference is that free-to-play players are forced to be better. Like, the game forces them a little bit harder than, like, a paying player would. But you could still be a really, really bad, garbage free-to-play player. You could. I've seen several of them. Like, you can still be completely garbage. Wow, I'm dead. Like me. I'm garbage, apparently. Damn. And you could also be a really skilled, paying player. It's more about how hard you really push yourself to become better, and generally speaking, when you're at a disadvantage, you are forced to push yourself a little bit harder in that direction than you otherwise would be. So, to an extent, yes, but also, only to an extent. That's just what comes with any inherent disadvantage. I don't think my 2 shots could have killed him. Oh, well, they could have if he was marked. I am excited to get the freaking assault pilot, epic assault pilot from the daily login thing. So glad that they brought that back, bro. I'm so weird that I still can't buy that pilot for 8 coins, but getting it for free is way better. So like, I'm glad. I'm very excited to get that pilot because I've been using a freaking rare pilot for the longest time. It's so annoying. And my assault builds, like, any build with assault weapons just automatically becomes a little bit worse because my damage boost from the pilot is worse, my HP boost from the pilot is worse, and I can only use 2 implants, so it's just not that good. Top clans are full of pay-to-win players, so skill is that you become... Huh? Skill is that you become, not you do. No idea what you're trying to say. Well, I mean, like, okay, look. If everyone's max level, if you're a pay-to-win player, right, whatever. If you're a pay-to-win player against another pay-to-win player, guess who wins? It's the person who's got the most skill. So people who do, like, these really max-level competitive battles... Those are very skill-heavy. Now, it's also worth mentioning that there are different kinds of skill sets, right? You can be skilled in... You could be skilled at using certain things. Which could be like, if you're a late game player, you could be really, really good at using specifically the meta stuff, but then really bad if you had to use anything else, right? Or if you're a free-to-play player, lower SP player, you could be really good at using, like, let's say Lancer, but if you were to use anything that's actually better, then you'd be kind of garbage. There's skills in terms of just, you know, general game knowledge. And there's skills in terms of, there's also skills in terms of, like, bots, right? Like, knowing how the bots behave and knowing how to essentially influence them to get the best chances. And different skills apply differently to different types of things, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, oh, free-to-play skill is the better skill, but I'm also not going to say that the late-game clan versus clan max-level competitive thing is the ultimate version of skill. Like, they're all different. They're all different, and they kind of serve different functions. Is Hemlock really better than Solus? No, I don't think so. But I don't think that Solus is necessarily better than Hemlock either. I think they're different. I think they're good at different things. You got Compound Beam first spin, that's crazy. Is it good? No, I mean, not really, because your rank 3 Compound Beam 8 is, like, only marginally better than your rank 4 Compound Beam 6. It's basically the same thing. The fact that it's rank 3 makes it really garbage. You really hate Plarium, you lose, and just lose again? Well, that sounds like probably a you problem. Like, I know you definitely don't want to hear that, and I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you. I would probably be mad if I wouldn't want to hear it either, right? Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, if you're always losing, like, I'm over here, I have a free-to-play account, and I have some things that you probably don't have, but even long before that, I have a very good win rate, even without having any legendary max. So it's not like it's like, oh, it's Plarium's fault that I'm not winning enough. Is that really true? This is an example of a free-to-play player that isn't better because they're free-to-play. This is an example of a free-to-play player who is at a disadvantage, and they suffer that disadvantage, and they think that it's other people's fault. Instead of trying to get better, they just blame it on other people. This is why being free-to-play doesn't mean that you're a better player. I will never say that. I'm gonna go with this hanger because it actually has the Aegis, and I feel like that's definitely the most valuable mech on this map. Hellfire 8, worth it. With 8, doesn't the 8 cost 8 coins? No, don't do that. Should they buff Parasite? Make it transfer the effects applied to it? I don't think Parasite really needs a buff. Ooh, I'll get that guy pretty hard. Yeah, got the Chungus boost. Let's go. Go back up, back up, back up. Man, Brickhouse is so funny. Oh, he's got Charge Rocket on it too. Let's go. Ba-boom, ba-boom. He's coming, he's coming. Oh, no! I'm sorry, that's my bad. It's my bad, gang. I should have put my dome up for you sooner. Do we have a salver in the house? Back up, back up, back up, back up. I'll do some form of body blocking for him, actually. Because he's gonna need it. Ooh, okay, nice. I got him. There's nobody out. I'll put my dome out when there's actually people out. Oh no! Oh, he died from a strike rocket, bro. That's so sad. I'm sorry. He was shooting at me, and the radius. There is a tiny radius on strike rocket and helix rack and javelin rack. There is a tiny radius, and he got freaking smacked by association, which is so sad. I apologize. This Lancer, bro, well, wait, hold on. Like, it's gonna take a while. I can kill him with that. There we go. I was gonna say, he survived a long time, but he hasn't gotten any kills, and so now he's just gonna die another, 4 times in a row. What the heck are those rockets doing? What the heck? Thank you. I appreciate it. What up? Oh. Hey, sorry, I wasted that health you gave me. Can I have some more? Yeah, thanks. Freaking delayed rockets from the EMP. Is it Ares still back there, or is there someone back somewhere else? I have no idea. No idea. How do you not get tired of posting videos? So I mean, like, I try to post videos on stuff that I think is interesting. Cause like, and you guys probably have noticed this guy apparently either got disconnected or he quit really quickly. I would be willing to assume that that's probably the game's fault, because it usually is. I mean, you guys have probably noticed, like, I try to post as often as possible, but I also don't just, like, post videos for the sake of posting videos. Sometimes, like, if I'm going to do that, I'm just going to stream like I'm doing right now. Basically, just streaming for the sake of streaming. But, if I post a video, I try to make sure that it's something that's actually kind of interesting. There's some actual topic to it. It's not just like, oh, I'm using an achievement hanger, and here's a couple battles from my achievement hanger. Like, I could post videos like that, but I feel like nobody, like, really cares. Overdriver 10 for Mech's Paragon? I don't know about that. You get some other stuff for Mech's Paragon. Compound 6 on Vortex, you're not very happy with it compared to Burrow Beam. It feels weak. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, the Compound 6 is only rank 4, right? It's only rank 4. So it's not going to be that strong. I tried it too. I recorded a video. I haven't edited it yet. I have a different one that I'm actually going to upload first. But essentially, yeah, like it's okay. It's okay, but I don't have any beam pilots. I don't have any implants for that weapon, and it's only a rank 4 weapon, so it was not doing very good at all. Same thing with Burrow Beam, to be fair, though. Like, I was also doing pretty bad with Burrow Beam. You played with a cheater? That's crazy. I almost never see anybody cheating. Like, I don't even really see videos of it. I hope you reported them. Does Compound Beam open up the possibility of hybrid builds? I doubt it. The EMP time is like 3/4 of a second. It's like less than a second, I'm pretty sure. And because of that, I don't think it really gives any weapon a distinct advantage that it didn't already have. Right? And also you have to keep in mind the fact that in order to make use of the EMP, you have to be very, very, very close range. And if you're not really, which really limits the number of weapons that even possibly could make good use out of that hybrid. Overdrive or 10 worth duplicating even if you have Burrow Beam 12 and 8? I mean, probably not. Would I mind playing a match? I'm not adding people anymore. I keep getting DMs from people in-game, which is like, normally it wouldn't be a big problem. But if I'm in a super freaking annoying bug, that I've mentioned this like 100 times. If I'm in a battle and someone sends me an in-game DM, then my game basically, like, it doesn't really crash, but it gets bugged out, and I can't collect any rewards. I can't invite people to battles, and I have to restart the game in order for it to start working properly again. So basically, anytime anyone sends me a DM, I have to restart my game, which is really freaking annoying, and I'm just unfriending anyone who sends me an unnecessary DM at this point. Mechs and weapons that are actually funny tier list? I feel like nobody would really care about that. And I'm trying to think. Because there was one at one point. I have to think about it in terms of like, what are people looking for? Or what do people want, right? My tier list videos usually do very well. But I think the reason for that is because people actually want advice. They don't necessarily want... The tier list format is good, right? That, everybody's familiar with it. And they don't mind the tier list format. But I don't think they're there for the tier list. I think they're there mostly for the advice so that they can have a better idea of what they're going to get. I made a tier list at one point about just, like, my opinions on legendary skins. Which, like, it was kind of a fun tier list for me. And some people watched it, but it was barely anything. Barely, like, almost nobody watched it. So that kind of tells me it's like, just the tier lists themselves aren't necessarily what people are interested in. And if nobody watches it, then that essentially tells me that nobody really cares about it. And if nobody cares about it, then I essentially wasted my time, right? What did I get for the design competition? Oh, I recorded a video. You guys will see it soon enough. You'll see it soon enough. Any progress on the mods problem? Early next month is when it should be resolved. Somebody asking for free acorns? No. Bye-bye.
Using Outlaw just feels illegal. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. Surgery Eclipse. I think Surge is probably overall better at this point. You've been using Max Lancer at 7k SP. It's still one of your best mechs. That's crazy. You're probably using it with either... It's got to be like Gemini or Stormwreck with a reload implant. Like, it's got to be an actually decent build. The thing with Lancer is, like, yeah, it's the same thing with Lacewing. It kind of is the same thing. It's just less energy capacity. Because, like, at the end of the day, if you're able to jump up to some place that's really freaking broken, doesn't really matter if you're a Lancer or a Lacewing. You're going to do really... It's going to be nearly... If it's nearly impossible to kill you, then you're probably going to be pretty well off. Have my MAQC matchups been the same continent? I have no idea. Most of my teammates, half of my teammates are in India, so I have to work off their time, to be honest. Can I show my kill shot? This? No. Make a tier list video for each tier and update it continuously when the new mechs and weapons are added. That's sort of... I've thought of doing, like, lower SP tier lists. But I think, first off, I mean, the mods are going to be added, and that's going to change everything. So I think it's worth kind of continuing the generally higher SP, like tier lists based on what works at higher SP. I think that makes the most sense to continue doing that. But in terms of, like, going through all of the tiers, at that point I wouldn't do a tier list, I'd just do a Gear Hub guide, right? Which I've already been doing. I've made 2 of them already. Both very good videos. People have really enjoyed them. I'm making a 3rd one right now. Open crates, nah. You need to add a warning before showing that mech on screen. This is true. I should. It's my bad. What mechs do you feel are classified incorrectly? I think you could make an argument for most of them being fairly accurate. I think at the end of the day... Yeah, I don't know. I would say at the end of the day, a lot of the attackers probably are mostly support mechs. They're rarely not attackers. Most of the scouts are better attackers. Like, most of the scouts are actually attackers. Most of the attackers are actually supports. The tanks are almost all classified correctly, and the supports are mostly classified correctly. With a couple of them maybe should have, like a couple of them maybe should be tanks. For the players experienced mech being able to glitch past the Blockhorn shield. No, I've not seen that at all. That's news to me. I know. How does it... Do you know how it happens? Because this is crazy. Let's see.
Cooler type.
Why not invite you? Because you're like 6,500. Last I saw. Particle beam 10 instead of graviton. I'm not sure. I mean, I did make a tier list. Depends on what you want it for. But I made that tier list exactly for that question, so you can go ahead and watch that. It definitely depends on what kind of things you want it for. Like, it works better on some things, works worse on other things. That's just the way that most things operate. You used to think Neymar pilots were better than legendary ones until you saw the stats, yeah. Actually, on release, they were better. They had the legendary stats. They had the legendary, I think they had slightly better than legendary stats, and they also had the perk. But that only lasted for like a couple days. And then they, like, surprisingly, Plarium is actually like, oh yeah, you know what, you guys are right, we'll balance it. And it was a free pilot, everybody got it. So it's not like it was anything ridiculous. And, but there was some people who like, it was possible to buy it as well. So they also just gave, they were willing to give you a refund if you had bought it, they would give you a refund. I was like, it was actually really nice. Like, it was, I had no complaints about that. Like, it was obviously overpowered. They nerfed it to where it was actually good. Like, you know what? They nerfed it to a reasonable level. They gave people refunds who spent money on it. And, you know, for anybody else, they just got it for free anyway. But, yeah, we're not going to see those pilots again. Do you know what happened to Cobb? Has he not been uploading videos? I don't know. He was uploading, like, daily stuff for a while. I haven't seen any... I used to see, like, a lot of his videos on my recommended, but then I just, at one point, it just stopped recommending videos from him. I don't really know what happened. I thought that he was still uploading stuff, was he not? Somebody can verify that. Will be willing to spend 3,100 acorns on the Stormrack reload implant because he said that I would in the previous video. Okay, well, I mean, first off, yes, yeah, that's true. In my opinion, it is the only legendary implant that's worth spending that many acorns on. All the other ones are really not that big of a deal. You could just buy an epic and you'd be fine. But that one specifically is, in my opinion, the only exception. Second off, the second thing I will say is, you probably shouldn't base all your purchases based on what I do, because I get a lot of stuff knowing that it's not going to be that good, but I get it because a lot of people get it, and I want to just be able to try it. Cobb moved houses. He doesn't upload daily anymore. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he, like, quit making Mech Arena videos or what. His main channel is, That's not his main channel. His main channel is for Raid Shadow Legends. He made some decent videos. He's like he's interesting to listen to. Like he's a very interesting guy. But I think a lot of his videos are like pretty obviously like kind of filler or whatever. Like he'd make like a freaking 12-minute video and it would be nothing but him talking in the hangar and opening a couple crate rushes. Like, come on. Lily was sick. I am very sorry to hear that, man. Rank 6 Redeemer with rank 6 Storm Racks is a good build. No, not really. I saw that the first time. You've been essentially spamming that constantly. Essentially just trying to, you know, like, cool, I get it. You have a Storm Rack Redeemer. No, it's not. It's really not phenomenal. I don't know what you want me to say about that. Like, you clearly already have it, so it's not like you're gonna it's not like you're gonna get your money back for it. A channel review video. Oh, I don't know about that. You're number 3? I guess so. Let's go. Let's see. Let me check, is Shadow Mine still online? I want to say. No, I don't see him. I'm gonna see maybe, whoopsie. This guy's like 2K. That's ridiculous. I have to keep on. Like, I'm not. It's actually kind of funny. I'm not like 4,500. I'm used to being 4,500. I'm more like 5. So these people who are like between 5 and 6 is actually more around my SP. New promo code 2GT Love Mech. Really? Nah, man. Definitely don't check my check my community posts from like 4 days ago. There's nothing there for you. You don't want it. Mother. Can you play one more? Yeah, sure. We'll see if this guy joins. Brick House worth buying? No. Brick House is garbage. Sadly. It's really funny, but it's really garbage. You're traumatized by Gemini? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I will say, like, I said this before, and I still think that it's true. I think that Gemini kind of just, like, people started getting, like, it got released, right? And then people started all of a sudden getting offers for Geminis, and so all of these like low spenders, like these, you know, they're not pay to win. They'd spend like, you know, $5-10. Like, they weren't expensive offers, but so many people would buy Geminis, and it would be so ridiculously difficult to deal with. But I feel like it got to a point where everyone was using it so often that nobody falls for that anymore. Like, nobody really falls for Gemini anymore. It's really easy to deal with. Like, everyone knows how to counter it, essentially. That's fine. Okay, nice, he's gone. I'm gonna go down here. Uh-oh. We gotta... Bro, what the... Oh. Wait, what? That... But what is that? No, bro, he's got a fuse mortar and a javelin rack.
What a freaking weirdo. What a freaking weirdo. Bro, so I'm not sure why there's 4 of us back here, but you know, maybe if there was one extra guy helping Juggalo on the right side, it could be great, potentially. I'm sure he doesn't need help though. Actually, he kind of does seem fine. Hey, it's a kill shot. Get away. Is there one going for? Yeah. Bowl, 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 bowl. Oh no, the suppressor didn't keep him alive. That's sad. Excuse me? No. You don't do that, you bad, bad boy. I'm fine. I'm fine. Come with me if you want to live. Bro, I love Vortex so much. I'm so glad it's buff. Ah, dang it, bro. Fair enough, fair enough. It's maxed with Quasher 12s. He's pilot tanking. Which is like one of the least effective versions of tanking. Okay. Yeah, I should have noticed that he didn't have a pilot right from the start. I'm assuming that pretty much all of his builds were like that. You'd love to see me in competitive? I've played some. I've played some. My days of competitive are mostly over, though. I'd say it was like... It was kind of fun while it lasted, but I think the person who mostly pushed me to actually run competitive anything was Sentry, and he doesn't play anymore. Vey, do you play Juggernaut? Yes. Do I have Namor on my main account? Yes. On my free-to-play account? No. The Namor pilots were... It's like at least 2 years ago. It's probably 3. What did I choose for the skin design challenge? Not gonna tell you guys. You'll find out later. Savant 16 good? Yeah, I think so. Was Namor MVP ever got released for free to play? Yeah, both of them. You got both of them for free. So if you didn't get it, it's just because you weren't playing. You probably just missed the event. I think it was pretty much the exact same thing as the original Namor one. It was just a thing where you just log in and you just get it. Gemini buff? I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. I hope it doesn't happen. Upgrade your Vortex to rank 4. I have a video on Vortex. That was the one that I was gonna upload today, but I didn't have it edited in time. So I'm gonna after this stream, which I'm probably gonna end in pretty short order. It's gonna be a short one today, because I'm kind of sick. But yeah, later today I'll get back to editing that, and I'll have it done by tomorrow. And that should hopefully answer your question. Please, Acoins 1000. Oh man. I was only gonna do 2000. No, he's banned. Don't ask for free stuff. Ain't nobody giving you free stuff.
no player found message popping up when you try to friend me. It's because you're trying to use my Plarium Play ID, not my in-game ID, which is different. Plarium Play is the PC platform, and you can friend me on the PC platform for like this, right? So you could send a request for this, and you'll show up in like this section here, and that will also appear in game, right? So that's what allows me to have 261 friends. Your normal limit is 99. It's 100 including you. That's your normal limit. But I'm allowed to have more because I have I can add them. I get them from Plarium Play as well. I'm not giving anyone my in-game ID, and I'm not going to accept any more requests on Plarium Play because people keep sending me ridiculous DMs while I'm streaming, and it crashes my game, and I don't want to deal with it. Hemlock or Solus? I mean, they're different for different things. Most people, I made a poll, and most people said that they would prefer Hemlock, but I don't know. I would maybe say the Solus is even better. Arc Torrent Shadow, a skilled build. I think Arc Torrent Shadow is just a bad build. You could be the best player possible, but it's still not going to do that well. How do you have dark mode on the Plarium? That's just a setting, I think, right? I don't know. It's always been that way. Like, my system mode is dark mode. Like, my system default is dark mode. So that might be the reason. So I won't accept any friend requests. That is 100% correct, yes. I'm sorry to say. I would like to. It would be nice, you know, like in an ideal world, I could have everybody in chat on my friends list. But at the same time, what ends up happening is that I get spammed with invites and I get spammed with DMs in game because everyone thinks that if they're a friend of mine in game, then, you know, instead of just, you know, talking in chat, I'll just DM him in game, which is like, it's really kind of annoying and pretentious. But on top of that, if you do that while I'm in a battle, it crashes my game and I have to restart my game. I don't have time for any of that. So I'm just gonna start purging my friends list, and there's not really any reason for me to have a bunch of people on my list. Best builds for Onyx. I mean, Stormrack is an obvious choice. Apart from that, honestly, I'm not really sure. I really don't use Onyx a whole lot, and when I do, it's almost exclusively with missile weapons that are similar to the ability. Oh, you were spamming something about you had a message all caps that just got automatically removed by Nightbot. I saw something about Aegis. Yeah, just don't spam caps. You'll be playing actively in a week's time. You will be able to play with me. I mean, I don't know what you mean, but I don't really care. Again, it would be nice, but there's too many people trying to there's too many people trying to send me DMs for all kinds of ridiculous things, and it just really gets in the way. And it's partially, you know, it's mostly Plarium's fault because the game crashes every time you send a DM, right? It shouldn't happen that way. Apparently, I'm like the only person that gets this bug, but I do get this bug, and I say it constantly, but people DM me constantly anyway, and there's just no reason for me to put up with it, right? There's no reason for me to put up with it. No. Like the only reason that I would have anyone on my list is so that I could invite them during a stream like this where I'm just inviting random people. That's the only reason. I'm not gonna join you if you invite me to a squad match.
I'm not going to join you if you invite me to a custom match. I'm not going to answer all of your questions about stuff in in-game DMs. I'm not going to give you personalized advice. I'm not going to give you hanger reviews. I don't have time to do that for 500 people individually. I don't. It's the same thing with Discord DMs. So at the end of the day, like, I really don't even need people on. I really don't even need to add people. You can join custom matches. I don't have to invite you for custom matches. So when we do custom matches, you just join with the code. I don't have to invite you at all. So you can still join those. And I don't do squad, but I don't do squad streams very often. So I feel like it's just not a lot of reason to add a bunch of people. It gets in. I would say that it's nice, and it would be nice for you. I'm sure it'd be nice for you guys to have me on your friends list, just because, like, you know, it's just kind of nice. And it would be nice for me to have all of you on my friends list. But at the end of the day, it just kind of just gets in the way more than it actually helps, is essentially what I'm trying to say. You get a stupid verification thing on Discord? Well, I'm not sure about that. Have I tried schedule one? Hold on. It got it. It got hidden. Have I tried schedule one? No. I saw it briefly. It didn't look that interesting, to be honest. What do you mean by archtoins? I mean Arachnos. Arachnos is archtoins. It was. it's just a stupid little meme thing. I don't even know if it was. I don't even know it was supposed to be Arachnos, dude. I just got some random comment, and I couldn't tell what he was even trying to say because it was everything was spelled incorrectly. I had no idea what he was even trying to say. There was somewhere in there was archtoins. I don't know if he was trying to say something about Arachnos or something about acoins. But I just call Arachnos archtoins now because it was really funny and I shared it on my Discord. Seeker and Deathwalker should be illegal. Seeker is actually way easier to deal with than you realize. It's hard for me to get specific clips, but I need to. There's so many little ways that you can exploit, like, as not a Seeker, like as ways to deal with Seeker. There's so many little ways that you can deal with it that a lot of people don't know about. And I would love to be able to compile them into one video, but it's been kind of difficult for me to get clips of it, to be honest. Because for whatever reason, now that I actually want them, now that I'm actually looking for them, they never show up. Even though there was like a Seeker Crate Rush event and everything, now for whatever reason, nobody has a Seeker anymore. Speedrunning Onslaught? It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore because the challenge thing to get like top 10, that already ended. That ended a little while ago. And like some point last week, I think. Yeah, I'm number 39. The top guy... No, he's not the top guy anymore. There was a lot of, there was some videos shared. Well, I mean, actually, at this point, you could just watch Platinum's video. Never mind, I don't even have to think about that. No, Platinum is number 7. He made a video. Maybe we should even watch that. Should we watch that? I haven't seen it. You were gunning for number... Yeah, I mean, it ended forever ago, bro. You're like at 5 days late, easily.
You had exams, yeah. PvE is pointless. Well, yeah, but the reason people were excited about it was because there was free stuff involved. So like I know why people were like trying to, you know, grind for the top 10, which is why when he brought it up, I was like, probably the reason that he wanted it was because of that. So I'm not doing hangar reviews, sorry. At what point should you get better pilots? I made a video on that a while ago. Show us your design. Oh, true. True. Could do that too. So. So this is the one that I'm in. It's very you know, it's kind of messy. It's on purpose, right? Like I just sort of like the kind of painty style. And I also didn't have a lot of time to work with him. So like the core concept was essentially the like kind of curved dragon back for Sentinel. That was like the entire idea behind it, and then I worked from there. I have like a time lapse somewhere, but I may have deleted it. You completely missed it, which is a shame. That's unfortunate, yeah. You love drawing mechs and stuff? That's cool. It's very cool. Yeah, I contemplated drawing mine like on paper, because I have a very different style when it comes to digital versus paper. Like but I don't think it translates as well into an actual skin, which is one of the things that they mentioned. I put a lot more mechanical detail into my paper drawings. What other Mech Arena YouTubers you really watch? I'm gonna be honest, none of them. I don't watch any of them. I make enough that I don't this YouTuber's reviewing this new thing. Well, guess what? I already know about it. I already reviewed it. There really aren't very it depends on the video, I suppose. It does depend on the video. There are certain videos where it's like if I saw it, it'd be like, oh, yeah, I kind of want to watch that. But for the most part, no, I don't really care. I make my own, which is more than enough, and then I watch other random stuff. All right. Bro, this guy says, please notice me. And the only thing that he said in the entire stream is, please notice me. You've been noticed. You've been noticed for the next 24 hours. What if they nerf Stormrack after you buy the reload implant? If they nerf the weapon, then I don't think it would matter, because the reload implant would still be the best implant for it. If they nerfed the implant, it would be unfortunate, but honestly, for the health of the game, I think that's the way that they should do it. So like, I don't really agree with people who advocate essentially for buffs and nerfs basically depending on what they have and what they don't want to and what they've invested in. Right? I think it's incredibly selfish. I don't consider my account at all when I'm talking about anything. I consider only how things perform. If it's overperforming, I think it should be nerfed to where it performs more on par with everything else. If it's underperforming, I think it should be buffed. I don't give two craps about what I have
or how expensive it is. I only want it to be equal in performance, because if everything's equal in performance, then guess what? It doesn't matter what you have. It's equal in performance to everything else. That's the whole point. Is that if you actually achieve real balance, it doesn't matter what you've invested in. It's all valuable. That's my entire goal. So I really don't like when people imply that certain things shouldn't be nerfed or shouldn't be buffed simply because they do or don't have it. Eclipse is underperforming? Says who? Because I'm pretty sure all the top meta hangers still have Eclipse in it, right? Like if we... What's like a top clan? And I don't mean just in SP, I mean like competitively. What? Name me a top clan. Apex? Sure. He's got Eclipse. He's got Eclipse in one hanger. He's got Blizzfrost in 2 hangers. He's got Deathwalker in all 3. He's got an Outlaw in 2. All of these are clearly really powerful hangers. So it's not like he's... So looking at this, by the way, this is like full mods versus 1 mod versus no mods. This is the way that he set it up. So he thinks that essentially, what I'm gathering from this is that he thinks that Eclipse is good in 1 mods, not necessarily as good in full mods. That's just that guy, though. This guy. He doesn't have Eclipse at all. This guy. He still has Eclipse. Full mods. Platinum LTA. No Eclipse. No Eclipse. What the heck is the difference between... It's no difference. Platinum does not use Eclipse. This guy. He's got an Eclipse. I mean, almost everyone's using Burrow Beam on it, right? Like, obviously. This guy. He's got Revoker Eclipse. Okay, this is kind of scuffed. Never mind. I don't think this is a good... Tinkering. I don't think this is a good... I don't think this is a good comparison because he's got some kind of scuffed hangers. So, what's a different clan? What's a different clan? Flu is not competitive. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to tell you guys this, but Flu has not been a competitive clan for a long time. Nexar. I don't even know who that is. This is just one guy, bruh. Or no, it's one clan. That's my... I don't know, I was looking at it as like a one guy. Okay. Stormrack Surge is definitely not. I mean, this is kind of scuffed. Let's see. What's this guy? This is not a competitive clan. I'm sorry. This isn't a competitive clan. VIP, this guy says. I haven't heard that. KVIP? No. These VIP Demons Club? No. I'm not asking what clan you guys are in. I'm asking, what is a top competitive clan? What is like a top level, max, super sweaty competitive clan? Omen? Omen hasn't been super competitive for a while, actually. But they might be. Is it this one? No. Where is Omen? It's not Omens.
Where the heck is Alma? Am I stupid? Where'd it go? Solos? Okay. I think there's a L in there somewhere. Or a 1 in there somewhere. Is it this one? Yeah. Alright, this guy. His top mech is Eclipse. This guy. He's got an Eclipse. Well, that's kind of scuffed. He also has a Revoker. So you could make the argument that he probably doesn't have the best stuff, and so he's using Eclipse only because that's just what he has. And that's fair. That's a fair argument. I'm not going to use that guy as a example. Same thing with this one. If you're still using Revoker, it's maybe not the best. But he does have an Eclipse. What about this guy? 21,000. He has an Eclipse. Gemini. What about this guy? No Eclipse. Friggin' weird Nomad. No Eclipse. What about this guy? No Eclipse. I would say about 30 to 40%, Nocturfil. It would appear as though about 30 to 40% of max level players are still using Eclipse. So would you say that it's bad? I wouldn't. Like, oh no, it got nerfed. Obviously, because it got nerfed, it's bad. Nerf equals bad. Nerf Eclipse equals Eclipse bad. Like, you gotta be just like the most brain-dead person to think like that. No, of course, just because it got a nerf doesn't mean it's suddenly worse than everything else. Is it worse than it used to be? Yeah, for sure, but it used to be ridiculous. And now it's less ridiculous. I'm not even... And me saying this isn't even me saying that it is top meta. It might not be. I'm not the most knowledgeable person about top meta. But what I am trying to say is, like, just because something got nerfed does not automatically mean that it's now garbage. Lunex, it's true. Well, that's low SP. That's low SP. Well, hold on. Lunex used to be, what was it? It was Wrathful Zulu's clan. I think he left it. I think he left it for some other one. Does anyone know which one it was? It's okay with a 3. I gotcha. Here we go. I was gonna say, like, it's definitely nice. Alright, well, he has an Eclipse, but he also has 2 Revokers. Well, 3 Revokers, my bad. There's an Eclipse. He has Eclipse in all 3 of them, but then again, I mean... I think he's just generally an Eclipse fan. So I wouldn't be surprised there. 2 Eclipses there. Eclipse in 2 of those hangars. None. 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 I would still say, yeah, I mean, like, out of all of the hangars that I'm looking at, I'd say, like, 30 to 40% of them have an Eclipse in it. Check Copa. This one. This is some scuffed hanger. No, these are not top hangers. I'm sorry. I'm like looking at the SP. If it's not above 15,000, then it's not a top meta hanger. It's not a top meta player. This one's close enough, but he doesn't have one. No, that's not a top meta clan. Unless you're talking about somebody else. It's not a good idea to assume that just because people have Eclipse in their hangar doesn't mean I see it competitive every time I go in Discord comms. I don't see people running Eclipse. Sure. No, you're right. Seeing an Eclipse does not mean that it's does not mean that it's necessarily the best thing to use. It just means that that's what they have and that's what they prefer to use. Which is why if I see multiple Revoker builds, then I assume that they don't have the best stuff, and so I kind of discount it. And if I see that they're a lower SP, if they're not like max level, again, like I don't really count it. Or if I see other builds that are just randomly, like they're just scuffed builds that clearly aren't meta builds, then I don't like I don't count those. I haven't been counting those. But again, what's the argument you're trying to make here? You're trying to make the argument that Eclipse is actually not meta. Does that mean that it's bad? No. My entire point here. Somebody said Eclipse needs a buff because it's too weak now. My entire argument is, guess what? 30% of top meta players are still using it. Clearly, it's not bad. It's not many more builds work, but saying it's not a competitive mech anymore is brain dead. I 100%. Yeah, Spec. I agree with exactly. That's exactly how I'm thinking. Exactly how I'm thinking. I think the meta has, and I mean, I can't even necessarily complain too much because it is exactly what Plarium said that they were going to do. I think the meta has expanded to a point where there is no such thing as one clear best hanger anymore. It just doesn't exist. And, you know, some of them are going to have Eclipse. Some of them are not going to have Eclipse. Boo freaking who. Like, Eclipse is your favorite. Sure, whatever. Like, it's still competitive. It's still very competitive. Is this my free-to-play hanger? Yeah, this is my free-to-play account. My ID in the description. That's my Plarium play ID. It doesn't work on mobile. It's not my in-game ID. If you buy something, do you get paired with pay-to-win players? No, you don't. And you shouldn't. It's a stupid thing to... It's a stupid thing to do. Why is the stream lagging? Oh, I don't know. My bad. Yeah. We had a power outage a couple times. What was it? Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. Lags every 5 seconds. Man. I don't know what to do about that. Is it that bad still? Dude. What says that it's fine? It's gone for at least for you? Okay. Damn. Usually I get like an error message on OBS, but it is saying that like my connection is not super great. Oh yeah, here it goes. Yeah, the connection's pretty bad. Okay. Well, this is a good time to stop it then, because clearly my connection's not great, and it's not gonna get any better anytime soon. So, I think now is probably the best time to call it a day. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Let me think. Yeah, I was gonna upload today, but I'll have a video for tomorrow. Finish editing this next one for tomorrow. Happy early birthday. Well, wait, what the heck is... That's like 2 months early, my guy. But you know what? Thank you. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Take care.